Hello everyone, welcome back to Math Specs. My name is Stephanie and today we're going to do more practice on solving multi-step equations. So let's get started. So we're going to solve 8x minus 2 and 2 is being multiplied by x to x plus 6, this quantity here, and that is equal to 16. So let's go ahead. I'm actually going to begin by distributing this 2 into these parentheses, okay? Because I know I'm going to have to combine like terms. So I have 8x minus, then 2, negative 2 times x, that's going to be negative 2x, and then negative 2 times positive 6 is going to give me negative 12. It's important to look at the sign in front of that number whenever you're doing the distributive property, okay? So now I have 8x minus 2x. So I foresaw that I'm going to have to combine these like terms. And that's going to be 6x minus 12 is equal to 16. So 8x minus 2x is going to give me 6x. Now I'm left with 6x minus 12 is equal to 16. And we have to solve by getting our variable x by itself. So I see here that I have 12 that is being subtracted. So in order to undo subtraction, I have to do addition. So I'm going to add 12 to both sides. These 12s will cancel, and I can bring down my 6x, my equal sign, and 16 plus 12 is going to give me 28. Okay, now I have 6 times x is equal to 28, and 6 is being multiplied. So in order to undo that, I'm going to divide. The x's will cancel. I can bring down 28 divided by 6. And you can reduce this if you would like, but I'm just going to leave it as is, okay? So that we can move on to the next example. So let's continue. We have 5. In this example, we have 5 times y minus 2 plus 3 is equal to 12. So I'm going to start by distributing this 5 into this quantity here. So I have 5y minus 10, and I can write everything else. So now I have negative 10 plus 3 right here that I could actually combine. So this will actually give me negative 7. And here is my new equation that I have to solve. So it's a lot more simple and easy. Here I am subtracting 7. So instead of subtracting 7, I'm going to add 7 so that I can get my variable by itself. They will cancel. Then I can bring down 5y, which is what I have left over, my equal sign, and 12 plus 7 is going to give me 19. Then I'm left with 5y is equal to 19, and I have to divide by 5 on both sides. So then this will give me y is equal to 19 over 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue to the next example. Here I have a 4a plus 5a is equal to 27. So what I'm going to do is combine like terms. So 4a plus 5a is going to give me 9a. And I can bring down my equal sign and 27, which is what I have on the right hand side. So now I have 9 times a. And in order to undo multiplication, I divide. So I'm going to divide by 9 on both sides. These 9s will cancel. Can bring down my a, my equal sign, and 27 divided by 9 is going to give me 3. So that is my solution for this equation. So let's go ahead and continue to the next example. Here I have a 1/4 times x minus 12, and that is equal to 3. So you could do this one of two ways. You can distribute. If you would like, you can do it that way, or you can simply multiply by the reciprocal this fraction to both sides. So actually, let's do it. Let's do both. So I'm going to distribute in here, and on this side, I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So when I distribute, I'm going to multiply 1/4 times x, that will give me 1/4 x. 1/4 times -12 is going to give me 12 divided by 4. And all of that will be equal to 3. And I can actually reduce this fraction here. -12 divided by 4 is just -3. Okay, now I'll be equal to 3. And I can solve for x. So I can add 3 on this side to undo the subtraction. They will cancel. And I'm left with 1/4 x is equal to 6. And now I have to get rid of this 1/4. So I'm actually going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is just 4/1. And I remember I have to do it to both sides. These will cancel. And I will be left with x is equal to 24. And that was when I distributed. But what if I just multiply by the reciprocal? So if I have 1/4 x minus 12 is equal to 3. Instead of distributing, I just multiply by the reciprocal. So 4/1 on this side and 4/1 on this side. These fractions will cancel. And I will be left with x minus 12 is equal to 12. Because 3 times 4 is 12, and then 1 times 1 is 1. So now I have x minus 12 is equal to 12, and I have subtraction here. So in order to undo that, I have to add 12 to both sides. These 12s will cancel. Now I'll be left with x, which is my variable. Can bring down my equal sign. And what is 12 plus 12? Well, that is 24. So we got the same answer. And we used 2 different methods for this. One on this side was actually with the distributive property. And on the right-hand side, it was us multiplying by the reciprocal and got the same answer. Okay, fun. So let's continue. And here we have 3r minus 2r plus 11 is equal to 42, and we're asked to solve. So I'm actually going to combine these two like terms, and this will give me just r, or you can write 1r plus 11 equals 42. This is my new equation, and I'm going to subtract 11 here because I want r by itself. And I'm going to do that to both sides. So minus 11, minus 11. These will cancel. And I don't have to write the 1. I can just write r. So I can write r is equal to 42 minus 11, and that is going to be 31. Okay, pretty simple and straightforward. So let's go ahead and continue. So we've reached the end of today's lesson. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Today, we learned how to solve multi-step linear equations, and we did a lot more practice. Today's lesson had an emphasis on using inverse operations, combining like terms, using the distributive property, and multiplying by the reciprocal to solve equations. Thank you so much for your time, and we will see each other in the next video.